why are powerful people triggered by your authenticity? And I thought this would be good for us to talk about, especially since holidays are coming up. And for those of you who may not have found your footing with firm boundaries, maybe going no contact or create alternate social situations, you could be around some people in positions of power that make you feel like you have to stifle or hide who you are. Is my phone vibrating? Because it's on my car. Hold on. It's on this little holder. Anyway, we can just get we can just get personal like this. And so when I say powerful people, I don't necessarily mean like giant CEOs, business owners, policymakers, though that could definitely be the case. It could also be people who hold just power in your social circle, power in your family. Is this a matriarch? Is this a father figure, a grandfather? Is this like a church leader? Just your supervisor? Even though they might not hold that much power in the grand scheme of things, they do kind of hold some power in your world. They create the schedules, they set the tone, they can add ridiculous things to the list of tasks you have to complete before you go home. And so power is relative, but if they hold any sway over your emotions, your world, how people see you, that you interact with, I think that constitutes as powerful. And so a lot of times, not just for myself, but for others, the common sentiment is that we just can't really be ourselves. Or have you encountered someone who has this place of power and they might make fun of you for little things, even if it's just how you like to do your hair? Or maybe the type of music that you listen to, or your sense of humor. It's just, even though it's not wrong, they make it very clear that they disagree. They don't like it, even if there's nothing really not to like, right? These types of people, it's like they go out of their way, they find pleasure in just making you small, making you feel like you just can't be who you are. And so I wanted to dive, maybe medium deep, medium, into four reasons that I thought of for why your authenticity, just you being you, you being happy, you being free, you having your own opinions, even if they're not hurting anyone, why this triggers powerful people. So, number one, oh, and you'll find that most of these are centered around their control, their control. So, number one, your authenticity will not always agree with them. And now, for normal, healthy, well adjusted individuals, we know that it's not necessary for someone to always agree with us. But these types of powerful people, these types, and if you're watching this, if you clicked on this, you know the type I'm talking about. Because there are plenty of powerful people, people who have influence, who are not complete jerks and tyrants. But if you click this video, you know the type of powerful person I'm talking about. Their control is harnessed by gaining a mass following of people who will agree with them, who will fall in line, who think that the sun and the moon rise and set upon them, because really they're just kind of, as I said before, they're tyrants, they're dictators, and they need everything to go their way. And sometimes this is not just like, kind of the narcissist, histrionic, extreme like that. It could be a codependent. It could be the mom, the grandma, the auntie, even the granddad, who just seems so sweet, who went out of their way to get this extra thing for you. But the moment you don't want it, the moment you don't need them, then there's the pity party. Then there's the silent kind of like temper tantrum, like, "Ah, well, it's okay. Nobody ever really appreciates what I do anyway." And then when their feelings are hurt, now you have their sympathizers. What's happening? Sorry, I was getting a phone call. They're sympathizers who are like, how could you hurt their feelings? They were just trying to do what's right for. Why don't you just wear the sweater? And you're like, because it's itchy and it's uncomfortable, or because I was really excited about this other outfit. But if you don't go along with them, now you're the bad guy. You are the bad guy. Okay, so they just need you to agree with them. And if you're being true to yourself, at some point you will disagree with them because nobody agrees all the time. Um, Next, it causes others to question them, their control, their knowledge, and to act authentically. So, not only do you question them, but you kind of show others that, like, oh, well, if they can think freely, if they can choose, oh, I don't want to go to that movie, like I just don't like that movie, if they can do this, if they can do that, then it will spark a fire in others. And again, like I said, it's just all about remaining in control. And so, even if your authenticity doesn't overthrow them, if you don't desire to kind of, I don't care, dethrone them, someone will eventually, and someone is going to call them on their shit. And they can't have that. They need the facade, they need everything going well. Um, and so, and they realize that even if it's not you, just the mere fact that you are acting freely could incite others to do the same. And that is dangerous. They're seeing the bigger picture. They're seeing the bigger picture because the control is their end game. And so once you start to act out and glitch a little bit, they realize that this could be a domino effect, and that is scary. So they have to run a tight ship. So they will publicly humiliate you. They will try to shame you. They will state quote unquote facts confidently to make you look wrong, but they might not even be right. You'll notice if you do some fact checking, if you can operate in a place that's not fight or flight, you will find a lot of times these people are not as smart or knowledgeable as they seem. They're just really, really good at spouting things off, and they're not used to being questioned. But they do that publicly, so no one else will dare to do the same. Next, and it all just goes this, it's very nuanced, but it's all the same. It negates their totalitarian control. It communicates that they are not the end all be all. They are not the authority. If you act like you are the authority of your own life, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you not yield to them? How dare you not defer to them every little decision? And they can't have that. This is how they got their control, by managing everyone. And then lastly, I think it causes them to glitch. If we give them a little more humanity, I think perhaps your authenticity could cause a little bit of jealousy, maybe some confusion. Like, how could you be happy? You're not following the rules. You didn't step on necks. You didn't give up all of yourself. You didn't, pay your dues in this way or that way. How can you be happy? Especially when you have less than them. Like, you're not as important as me. How are you happier than me? You make less money than me. How are you happier than me? How dare you dare to be happy? How dare you not want what I'm offering you, right? Because what they always dangle is, if you are complicit, if you are compliant, if you fall in line, then maybe they'll invite you to sit with them. Maybe they'll give you a promotion. Maybe they'll publicly thank you in front of everybody, and you won't be the bad guy or something like that. And then when you dare to say and act like you don't care about that, that's confusing. What do you mean you don't want my prize? This is all I ever wanted. This is all anybody ever wants. Why don't you want it? Why don't you want that? And so I think it just causes them to glitch, because that's all they have to offer you, because clearly they don't have kindness. Clearly, and they won't. Their ego won't allow them, to offer genuine connection. And so when you don't want their trophies and their prizes, and you just want to be free of them in this rat race, I do think it causes a little confusion and glitchiness and possibly resentment, because you get to live outside of that little matrix. So just remember that as you go into the holidays, whether it's family, whether it's employment, whatever, your church, with all maybe the holiday politics going on, that if there is a powerful person and they're being mean to you, or they are nitpicking you, your outfit, your casserole, your whatever, your preferred holiday music, or whether you love holidays or hate holidays, because these people, they can never be pleased. You're either too much something or you're too little something, right? That is just really all about their need to control, and they want to be the one giving out the gold stickers. They want to be the one giving out the gold stickers. They want everyone to see them as the one who gives out the gold stickers. And when you are content and confident in yourself and your own being, it dethrones them. That's what all this is about. It's not about you. It's not about whether you're cool or you're good or you're competent. It's literally about them and the image that they want to keep going in their lives. And so I hope you can keep that in mind and keep your peace. And that's it. All right. As always, stay safe and stay free, because every day is a good day to not be in a cult.